Hey everyone, I hope your day's going good. I have some exciting news that I wanted to share with you. So, January is like that, not one of my favorite months. Not only is it winter in New York City, I'm kind of trapped here because I have to do end of year accounting stuff for my business. So, I have to, get all my expenses together, all that stuff to do end of year accounting for the business and for personally. And I'm always kind of taking a look at what do we do in 2024. So I was pulling all this stuff together and I got sidelined on another project that also made me look back at what had been going on and what we have been doing in Ukraine. And since the beginning. So I kind of got pulled down a rabbit hole, but I came up with some very interesting things. So, as you guys know, I've been going to Ukraine for a long time, still going, very supportive, and you guys have helped me. So I just wanted to, some big, some small, but I just wanted to share with you this news because in doing the numbers, I'm like, man, we've had a really big impact. So here are some numbers in a presentation that I put together called My Summer in Ukraine Impact. My Summer in Ukraine is the name of the documentary that we produced. It's out there right now. It's on YouTube. Check it out at our YouTube page at Raw Travel TV or at mysummerinukraine.com. So, as I was saying, I put together this report called My Summer in Ukraine Impact. And I wanted to go back and see what we've done over the years on behalf of Ukraine because a lot of times I'm apologetic when I'm talking to some of these big organizations. I mean, I've talked to people who've raised millions and millions of dollars. And so I'm like, yeah, I support Ukraine, but I'm kind of like humble about what we've done. And I'm like, maybe we should be a little more proud because check this out. So over the period of our Raw Travel, we have put together 11 episodes. And that is essentially since 2019 when I first returned to Ukraine after going there first time in 2012. 2019 is when I first began filming there. 5 of those episodes, 5 of the 11, almost half, were filmed before the full invasion, which meant that we showed Ukraine in all its vitality pre-full invasion so that people could get a taste of what Ukraine is like pre-war, what it is like and what it can be, and the culture and the people and the beauty of the country, regardless of what's going on there right now. Now, this resulted in 24 broadcasts. There have been 24 episodes broadcast on our platform, Raw Travel TV. That has attracted almost 15 million viewers in total. So all those 24 broadcasts means that 15 million people tuned in and saw something about Ukraine and probably learned something they didn't know about before. And those are just live viewers. It doesn't count people that saw it on the DVR. It doesn't count people in Canada that saw it and the spillover. These are just live, watching live on TV. When we put My Summer in Ukraine, the 4-part docuseries out there, we attracted 4.6 million viewers, almost 5 million viewers saw My Summer in Ukraine, and it's running online right now. It's also been screened in person in New York City and in Puerto Rico, in Burlington, Iowa, and hopefully other places. So people are also seeing it in person. But here's the number that really stuck out at me. And I started putting together tangible things that we've done and intangible things that we've done. So what's the difference? Well, tangible is like money. You're raising money. This money goes directly to an organization in Ukraine. And what's great about when we raise money, we're giving these donations to people who are doing stuff on the ground, like with no bureaucracy. Care for Ukraine. Our buddy Joseph, no bureaucracy. We're just trying to help him as he's collecting some funds from other friends and spending his own money. And it helps him deliver those goods and services. Mark and Jaime Dunn, the people featured in My Summer in Ukraine, they're able to fund some of their missions or some of the people that they're funding through their missions. Lada's Orphanage, also featured in My Summer in Ukraine. Tanya from Kherson, building the mobile schools. Anastasia's father's troop. BMW, the guy that I met in 2022, Steadfast in Ukraine, when we first went back to Ukraine. His troop. We financed a lot of different people. Yato, my buddy from Coney Island, we've sent him money. So that's tangible, actual money that is sent to people there on the ground. And then there's intangible. What is intangible? Intangible is like My Summer in Ukraine airing, and someone didn't know about Ukraine and learned something. Or maybe someone had heard about Ukraine, but it was disinformation or misinformation, and they saw this, and it helped them change their mind a little bit. And perhaps that turned into tangible, meaning like a donation. That happened a lot. I think one of the biggest donations I got was like $1,000 from anonymous. Someone did not want their name, but they wanted to give $1,000. That's pretty impressive stuff. Another way that you guys have helped turn intangible into tangible is you're buying tangible goods like this shirt, Ukraine Strong. Other ways, things on our merch site, all that money, any profit, usually about $10 a shirt. I try to round it up to $10. If it's not $10, I'll personally input $10. That goes to help those people that I just talked about, the Care for Ukraine's, Mark and Jaime Dunn, et cetera, et cetera. But here's, when I add all the tangible and the intangible, the other intangible is me getting interviewed on a news show. And then people in a local market, like in Portland on Coin when I was on CBS, or in Memphis when I was on Bluff City Live, or in Denver, or in San Francisco. I've been interviewed in many, many markets, or on the radio in Murfreesboro, Tennessee, right outside of Nashville. All these things add up when I talk about Ukraine, or on a podcast. I've been on several podcasts. These things add up. And of course, the shows themselves. When I film the shows, I'm there in Ukraine spending money, hiring Ukrainians like Anastasia, hiring a translator there to help me out in person while I'm there, and then when I'm editing and putting it together. And then what are some other intangible ways that people help? Well, Americans that want to help out by, for example, working on My Summer in Ukraine, the editor takes a lower fee. The sound mixer, he takes a lower fee. All of this adds up. And when it all adds up, the math that I'm coming up with is that through these efforts that you may think are too small, we have raised about $153,000 for Ukraine since the full invasion in intangible and tangible goods and services, money, awareness, etc. And I'm being very conservative with that. I think it could go up to 200, perhaps 250,000, especially when you add in the awareness, the paid. If we were to buy that media, what would it cost? So when you buy something or when you want to donate, I've had some people send me as little as $5 and apologize. And I'm like, do not apologize. Not only did you just give me a really warm and fuzzy feeling, this $5 actually works. It actually is going somewhere where $5 means something. It's not like $5 here. Occasionally, if there's someone I feel pity for on the street here, I try not to do it because I don't think it's the right thing to do. I think there's better ways to give. But if there is someone that I just feel heartfelt for, especially if they're like a female or an older person, unhoused, obviously struggling, usually with mental issues here in New York City, I might give them $5. I might give them 20. But I always feel like, oh, what's that going to do? You know? In Ukraine, it does a lot. So I just wanted to share that with you guys. Now, put the report in a link below this video. Check it out if you want to see it all, and it's all kind of summarized for you. Those are just the big, broad things, and you can see how extensive it is. The smaller stuff that I do on a personal basis when I'm, traveling to LA and I go to a Ukraine fundraiser, or here in New York, the dozens of fundraisers I've been to, and just, throw down 20, 40, whatever, 50. I don't even put that in. That's why I think, 200 to 250,000 might be the real number, but right now 150. So don't ever think that what you do is too small. And that is across the board, not just for Ukraine. Along those lines, I've got a couple of new things that we're doing for Ukraine. These I brought back from Puerto Rico. I've got about 6 or 7 of these, maybe 10. I don't know. I got to count them up. But this is a poetry book called Lifeline that our friends at Poets Passage, Lady Lee Andrews, the poet, put together right after the full invasion. And as you may recall, when you saw that I was in Puerto Rico in November, unbeknownst to me, they were big Ukrainian supporters. They built a whole display there. Nico, her husband, is an artist, and they've just done an incredible job. They're supporting Ukraine. They did this of their own volition, and I asked them if they gave me some to bring back. So donations, these are on the website right now. If you go to rawtravelukraine.com, donations, and you look at what's available, this is one of them. Another one is my friend Olga had made me a heart that you can wear on your chest, on your sleeve or on your chest. And she was making them there we go. I'll cut that out. Actually, I won't. I'll leave that in. She was making them on her 3D printer at home. And so, just for individuals, just as Olga is apt to do, she's living in Ukraine now, about to get married to a Ukrainian soldier, actually, a veteran there, an injured veteran, really nice guy. I met him when I was there. And so Olga made these. Olga is Polish-American, and she made these so that you could just do these. And these are magnetic, so they don't hurt the shirt. You just put them on like this. There you go. You can do it better in the mirror, I'm sure. But I get a lot of compliments on these when I wear them. And I gave one away to Anastasia's father that Olga had made me, and I got so many compliments on these. I was like, hey man, let me see if I can get some of these made. So I've made up quite a few of these. These are available on the site for a donation. They're really cool. They will not, like I said, it's just a magnet. Boom. Very strong. It will stay on, and it won't damage your clothing. The other thing that I think I've talked about before, but I haven't talked about it recently, are these wood carvings that some good friends, well, I just say family members down in Huntsville, Alabama made for me. Paul Norton, he's with a company, he has his own little wood carving company called Bird Clay Designs. He does some really cool stuff. Paul made these for me, several of these, basically from a photo that I had made of the Maidan statue in Kyiv. And there's a picture somewhere on the website of me holding it in front of the Maidan. On the back is a little carving from me, thanking people for their support with my signature, the Raw Travel logo. And then it comes with a little stand, so you can stand it on your desk if you like, or you can hang it up, whichever you prefer. So these are also available. Some of you have bought some of these. We're out of Peace Rocks. Thank you, Catherine. Those were awesome. I asked her not to make any more until I kind of get this down. I don't want to store a bunch of stuff that in my apartment's not that big. But basically, you can get the heart, you can get the poetry book, or you can get the wood carving, as well as this shirt and other shirts, the Empathy Equals Strength shirt. These all go to benefit Ukraine. So if you think that anything that and of course, if you got $5 and you just want to donate $5, you can do that as well on our GoFundMe site. So I just wanted to share this with you because, like I said, I get a little humble sometimes, falsely humble, I think, sometimes about what we do. And it's sometimes up to me to build myself up and remember that what we do on a daily basis is important. And that gets down to the individual level of you. It's really easy if you think that what you're doing doesn't matter. And if you think no one's paying attention. So words begin not to matter as much. Actions don't matter as much. But I'm here to tell you they do. Words matter, actions matter, facts matter, things matter. Your life matters. You got one. You got to use it, right? And this is one way you can do it to help other people. There are others. As you know, we've helped a lot of people in Haiti with Freedom House, great people. They need it. Casa Guatemala down in Guatemala with the orphans there. The list goes on. Project Belize. I mean, everywhere we go, we've tried to do something to give back. Ukraine, of course, is struggling mightily. They're struggling right now because the aid that they have been depending on is in question again because of politics in the United States, which is sad. But this is one way that we can help them. So I just wanted to share that good news with you. I wanted to say thank you and let you know that no matter how small of an impact you think you're making, it's probably a lot bigger than you think. I know it was for me. When I went back and looked at this, I was like, that's not nothing, as they like to say in New York City. Jack Ewell, thank you so much.